What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, Amara La Negra recently gave birth to twin daughters. And now let me just say this, Amara La Negra is a very big supporter of Kevin Samuels' content, and I'm very shocked by her decision. But she wanted to have these kids as a single mother. And the baby of these children is a man, a real estate agent by the name of Alan Moeses, also a Afro Latina brother. And he's on and off again, which it leads me to believe it's not serious. Okay. But if you look at him, you look at her, obviously he's going to be just the seed, and she don't expect much from him, to be honest, outside of the sex and him to be there and give the kids some good genetic looks. That's what she really looks at him for. And the reality is, I want to talk about this. Most black women are like this in our society. They are not expecting anything from the guy who is the baby daddy. All right. And they break up, sometimes having kids and getting pregnant by guys they're not even in relationships with. Do you know how many women are just getting pregnant by just having casual sex? And they have completely forgotten about the idea that, you know what? It would be nice to have a man in my kid's life, and most likely because they never had it. So then they just, the baby daddy, if he's on child support, okay, they expect nothing of him. But then, what I figured out with a lot of these women, life sneaks in. It becomes quantitatively hard, and their quality of life typically drops. Okay. And they then want to get into another relationship. And then what I figure out, and if you look at some of these Tinder websites, and you always hear these demands of what they're expecting from the new guy. Guys who don't know her, didn't do anything for her. If you look at a lot of black women that might be on Tinder to have kids, a lot of them, it's not uncommon that they may have what we would consider rude profile statuses. And I'm not saying all, but I've definitely seen enough. Now that you want to be in a relationship, now that you found your value, quote unquote, now that you ain't taking no shit from no man, here you are expecting everything from the man that is not your kid's father's. And in her case, she got twins. You still believe that you're just as hot as you were before you had those kids. Then you find out that you might still be physically as attractive as you were before. Sometimes you could be even looking better. But the reality is that guys are going to think twice about dealing with ladies that have kids. Sorry, most guys are going to be like that. Most guys, I believe, that women want. So you're talking about a guy who is successful. You're talking about a guy who has money. Talking about a guy who has options. Guy who's skilled. You're a young mother. You have twins. That guy may not have kids, and you're saying, oh, I demand such and such from you. That guy typically, unless he really loves you, is going to say, have a nice day. And if you look at so many of these ladies who have a lot of smoke from black men, you'd be surprised of what kind of relationships they agreed to in the beginning. And the fundamental question that I want to know is why? Why did you demand nothing from the man that you got pregnant by? Why did you? I want to know. We all want to know. Why didn't you demand anything from this guy? Then what you expect is everything from a guy who don't know you. Then you get bitter and be upset at the choice of the guys that you met or that you made. Now it's everybody's problem. Now it's, on Father's Day, it's Mother's Day too, right? You can claim both. Good. Claim everything. What you don't want to claim is the fact that you didn't think about the outcome of your kids' lives. And when people have kids, a lot of times in the black community, it's for selfish reasons. We're not even dealing with the fact that kids need stability. We're dealing with really a lot of parents, especially on the female side, who actually believe their abilities are better than they really are. They have a lot of, this pseudo confidence, like I'm the ultimate parent. I can do bad all by myself. I can raise a family. I can raise successful kids. It's very biased. The numbers prove it every day in our community that we don't do that. But you get these people believing that they can do it because it's them. And we find out by hook or crook that you can't. Guess who gets stuck? Guess who deals with the headache? You want to know who deals with that? Society, okay? When your kids don't have both parents in the home, when your kids don't have resources, when your kids don't have the mental resources to do things, the confidence to do things, because you robbed them of both parents, then guess who pays the price? Everybody else. And we see the outcome of these kids that come from these communities in our neighborhood, and the results are yet atrocious. Wonder why we don't have a lot of businesses in our communities? Wonder why we don't have a lot of resources in our communities? Because you know why? We don't have a lot of parents in our communities. What we have is agreements. I want to be a single mom because I saw it on TV. I thought it was great. And you never once thought about what the children need. Like, forget what you're looking for. What about the children need? And then when they figure out that they've made a terrible mistake, now I need a stepfather to clean up all these mistakes. Then you find out like, oh shit, I can't even get the kind of guy I want. Let me go on Tinder. Oh, you know what? All these guys want to do is sleep with me now. I'm a real woman. I can't take that disrespect. Oh, really? I know my value. Oh, really? What is that value? Please, we want to know. Because you weren't thinking about the child at that time. And see, a Marla Negra, you may or may not be able to get away with it because of the celebrity status that she wants. But when a Marla Negra is not beautiful like she is anymore, and the phone don't ring as much, we'll see how she struggles. Let's get pregnant by on and off boyfriend. That's the whole plan. Boo, all I need you for is your sperm. I don't even need you to be in their life. Maybe every now and then we have a Love Jones and that's it. Then you wonder why these kids don't become anything. You wonder why these kids don't contribute to society. Why does the black community have the criminality problems it does? Why the black community doesn't turn out, all these great people like the other communities, like the European Jews or the Asians or the Nigerian immigrants? Well, why don't our folks do that? Well, then you look at what they're trying to do. Then if you talk about it, you want to get upset. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.